4, 3, 2.
Art 101 with Mr. Burgher.
Scholars, welcome back to another episode of Art 101 with me, Mr. Burgher. I'm a professional artist and a master educator attempting to provide you with the best in art historical content. If you like this video, please interact with it, subscribe. I'd love to have you on board. Appreciate you.
Decide I don't like him.
Now today, as you know, because you clicked on the video, we're going to talk about one of the greatest Colorfield artists of all time. Now what do I know? I color for a living, but I can tell you this. Helen Frankenthaler is a pioneer in Colorfield art, and we're going to dive into her story today, so stay tuned. Many artists and art historians, including myself, consider the greatest colorist and the true pioneer of staining as an art media. That consideration is 100% Helen Frankenthaler. Frankenthaler was born in Manhattan, New York, where her father was a state Supreme Court justice. And while she was still in high school, she began to study under the Mexican painter Rufino Tamayo. From there, she would go on to earn her first degree from Bennington College in Vermont, where she would study under Paul Feely. Side note, Paul Feely and I are both from the same part of the world. He was born and raised in Des Moines, Iowa.
I'm picking up your sarcasm.
Well, I should hope so, because I'm laying it on pretty thick.
Later, she would learn from Wallace Harrison and Hans Hofmann. She would then go on to Columbia University's graduate program. By 1950, she would meet a major supporter in the abstract expressionist movement and the foremost critic of modern art, Klimt Greenberg, who would introduce this young artist to major art icons such as Lee Krasner, Jackson Pollock, William de Kooning, and others. She was greatly influenced by the action paintings of Jackson Pollock and his setup while painting on the floor. In the following years, she would have her first solo exhibitions and soon emerge as the leader of the Colorfield painters. So here's the question. What is a Colorfield painter?
Let me just clear it all up.
Colorfield painters, as opposed to the action painters like Jackson Pollock, were often referred to as the second generation of abstract expressionists. They would evolve from these action paintings, along with the ideals of Ashley Gorky, who was a true innovator in the concept of Colorfield art. This style would impact many artists and would include others like Mark Rothko and Cy Twombly, but instead of having a mass of actions that went into creating it, they had large areas of blocked out color, and we can certainly see that in the work of Helen Frankenthaler.
Oh, great picture, Chief.
She would say, "There are no rules. That is how art is born, how breakthroughs happen. Go against the rules or ignore the rules. That is what innovation is about." And another one of her art influences evolved into her marriage to fellow Colorfield artist Robert Motherwell, and they were married from 1958 to 1971. Frankenthaler's approach to art making was unlike most other artists of the previous generations and previous times. She would literally pour the paint or stain onto the unprimed surface. This allows the paint or stain to soak into the canvas. This approach is an extension of what Jackson Pollock was doing when creating his drip paintings on the canvas on the floor.
Ooh, God. Dang it, I'm good.
The pooled colors are overlapped and created with the desired look. These thin washes or layers of stain build up and soak into the canvas. Her transparent stains are her own secret application techniques and recipes. According to legend, she developed the recipe that many think includes house paint, enamel, turpentine, and oil in 1952. Her first work really to utilize stains was when she created Mountains and Sea in 1952, where she would create the work after being inspired by a trip that she had recently taken to Nova Scotia. Frankenthaler was known to have said, "You have to know how to use the accident, how to recognize it, how to control it, and ways to eliminate it so that the whole surface looks felt and born all at once."
Idiots. It's for you.
Over the years, she would earn many degrees, honors, awards, and so forth, and one of these highest honors came in 2001 when she earned the National Medal of the Arts, which was presented to her at the White House. Helen Frankenthaler would become one of the mid-20th century's most admired artists and would pass away at the age of 83 in December of 2011. Frankenthaler's work is truly unbelievable and inspiring, and I encourage you to take a look at it, and you can see it from coast to coast at great museums like the Museum of Modern Art in New York, the National Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C., the Los Angeles County Museum of Art, and hundreds of others across the country and around the world. Now that is a story. I appreciate you letting me tell it to you. We'll see you on the next one. You have yourself a good day out there.
How you like that? You bushwhacking castrator?